And Amara, I'm going to start with you since you cover economics. Help us understand. People see that headline that inflation rose at that rate and think, how did we get here? So, Amara, how did we get here?
Well, a lot of things have happened during the pandemic, but primarily it has been supply chain disruptions. Earlier in the pandemic and continuing on in the pandemic, we've had factories with issues with labor and part shortages. We've had difficulties clearing backlogs at the ports and other points of transportation. And so that has just made it really difficult to get goods to consumers. At the same time, consumption habits have really changed during the pandemic. We were all cooped up inside, stuck at home, and so we moved away from consuming services like going out to restaurants and shows and consuming more goods, buying furniture, buying electronics, buying things for the household. And so you had a surge in demand for goods at the very moment that we're having all these supply chain bottlenecks, making it difficult to get those goods to people. So that's a classic recipe for inflation: too little supply and a lot of demand.
So, Amara, when we mentioned there, of course, grocery store prices, gas prices have gone up, come down in a lot of places too. But where else is this showing up in the lives of everyday Americans? Where are they seeing some of that?
Well, it's interesting because early in the pandemic, we saw price increases in industries that were really having sort of these pandemic specific problems, like in the used car market. But over the course of the pandemic, we've really started to see these price increases become very broad based. We're seeing them for food, both at home, so groceries and food away from home when you go out to eat. We're seeing it in the energy markets for gas prices. We're starting to see it in shelter costs, rent and home prices. And so it really it has become broad based over the course of the pandemic.